In this problem, we need to determine the equation of a circle having a center 2, negative 3. That's the coordinate of the center. And also the circle passes through the point where the lines, these two lines intersect. Now that means we have a circle, and it's given here that the center of the circle has a coordinate 2, negative 3. And there's a condition given here that the circle passes through the intersection of the two lines. So let's say the two lines are these two lines. The one of the line is 3x minus 2y minus 1 equals to 0. And the equation of the other line, that's 4x plus y minus 27 equals to 0. So we need to find out the equation of this particular circle. Now, we know that in order to find out the equation of a circle, there are few things that we need. We need the center of the circle. We also need the radius. Now, luckily, since we're given the intersection of the two lines, so when we solve these two lines, then we'll get the value of x and y, which is going to give us the value of this particular point. That means the coordinate of this particular point. And once we have the coordinate, then what we can do, we can join the center and that particular point. And using the distance formula, we can calculate the radius, and using the standard form of the circle, we can easily obtain the equation of the circle. So let's begin. So here we'll start with the two lines. So it's given here the two lines. We have 3x minus 2y minus 1 equals to 0. So we're going to label this as equation number 1. Then we have the second equation of the line, which is 4x plus y minus 27 equals to 0. And we're going to label this as equation number 2. Our goal will be to find out the value of x and y. So we will start with equation number 1 and we will keep it as it is. So we have 3x minus 2y minus 1 equals to 0. Now what we'll do, we will add 2 to equation number 1. So that we'll take equation number 2 and we're going to multiply throughout with 2. Now that 2 times 4x was going to give us 8x. Then we have 2 times y, so that will be positive 2y. Negative 2 times 27 will give us negative 54. So that will be equals to 0. Now we're multiplying equation number 2 with 2. That because we have positive 2y here. So when we add this new equation with equation number 1, then positive 2y and negative 2y cancels out. Now we have 8x added to 3x, so that's 11x. And we have negative 54, negative 1, that becomes negative 55. So this is equals to 0. So we'll get 11x equals to 55. Dividing both sides by 11 gives us the value of x. So x is going to be 55 over 11. So that's 5. Similarly, we can find out the value of y. We can use the substitution method. Or what we'll do, we'll take equation number 1 this time. And we're going and multiply it with 4. So this is going to give us, so we have 4 times 3x. That will become 12x. 4 times 2y will become 8y. And 4 times negative 1 is 4. So that's equals to 0. Then we're going to take 2. The goal is to make the coefficient of x equal in both equation 1 and 2. To make the equation of, the coefficient of x in equation number 2 from 4 to 12, we're going to multiply throughout with 3. So 3 times 4x is going to give us 12x. Plus 3 times y will be positive 3y, and 3 times 27 is going to be 81. So the negative 81 equals to 0. So now what we'll do, we'll subtract. So 12x minus 12x, so that will become 0. Then we have negative 8y minus 3y, that gives us negative 11y. Minus, so we have negative 4, negative of 81. So that becomes negative 4 plus 81, which gives us the value 77. So we get positive 77 equals to 0. Negative 11y will be equals to negative 77. So solving for y, we get 7. That means we have obtained the value of x and y. So that gives us the coordinate of this particular point. So let's call it P. So we now have coordinate of point P 5, 7. So now that we have the coordinate of point P, we can easily find out the radius. So the radius will be, we will here use the distance formula. We have square root of, so let's first note down the distance formula. So let's say we have one point with coordinate x1, y1, and other point with coordinate x2, y2. Then the distance of the straight line joining the 2 points, let's call it P1 and P2 respectively. So that will be given by x2 minus x1, the difference of the x coordinate, we'll square it and add it to the difference of the y coordinate, where y2 minus y1 whole square. Fine. So here we have coordinate of point P is 5, 7, and we have the center. So our center is given as 2, negative 3. Fine. With 2, negative 3. So we can assume 5, 7. Let's say this is x1, y1, and center is x2, y2. So in that case, we can easily find out the value of our radius. So the radius will now be equals to, we have square root of x2 minus x1, so that's 2 minus 5 whole square, added to y2 minus y1, so we have negative 3 minus 7 whole square. Fine. So let's solve for this. So we have 2 minus 5, so that's negative 3, and square of negative 3 will be positive 9. Plus we have negative 3, negative 7, so that becomes negative 10. The negative 10 squared will become 100. So we have obtained the radius as equals to square root of 109. So now that we have the radius as well as the coordinate of the center, 2, negative 3, we can find out the equation of the circle. For that we will be using the standard form. So let's first specify the standard form of a circle. So if we have a circle with the coordinate of the center given by h, k and the radius r, then the standard form of the circle states that we have x minus h whole squared plus y minus k whole squared equals to r squared. So in our case, we have the center, which is the coordinate h, k. So that's 2, negative 3. Meaning our value of h is 2 and the value of k is negative 3. And then we also have the center, we also have the radius. So our radius r is square root of 109. Now we can use this particular equation. So our equation will then be x minus h, so x minus 2 whole squared, plus y minus k. So k being negative 3, we have negative of negative 3, so that makes it positive 3. So y plus 3 whole squared, and that will be equals to square of the radius. So we will get square root of 109 will be 109. So this is the standard equation of the circle, which has a center 2, negative 3, and it passes through the point, and this particular point is the intersection point of this two lines.